Did you know that airplanes used to be comfortable? It's true. We have the footage to prove it. It's 6.5 magic hours on Riffin with Doggans. Mr. Sandman.
Sky over the Atlantic.
The penultimate frontier.
Ocean that must have stretched endlessly for Columbus when he sailed from Europe to America a few hundred years ago
And started murdering and pillaging right away.
The same air ocean over the Atlantic probably did not seem as endless to Charles A. Lindbergh.
So let's take the day off for his trip's anniversary instead.
Ago. But still, it took over 33 lonely hours.
The narrator's not quite Orson Welles. He's maybe Orson Puddles. If you need to pad your film, just point the camera up.
Today, that same Atlantic air ocean, leaving Columbus 2 months and Lindbergh's 33 hours in its wake, zooms by in a dramatic breakthrough.
That's right, we've shrunk the sky. The Naked Gun 6.5, The Hours of Magic. FDK, a fusion of two presidents. Mary Poppins carpet bag.
The year 1954.
A time of great achievement in the USA.
Of aviation.
The airport uses the California Adventure letters. Those aren't zeros, they're the 3 rings for the Elven Kings.
A new flight was inaugurated. It was called Flight 1000.
On the Flight 1000. Yeah, I'll have the bacon, lettuce, and tomato. Here at John Hancock International Airport.
There was nothing unusual about airport operations before Flight 1000's takeoff.
Nothing suspicious here.
Duly announced and passengers checked in.
Just like Dunstan. Ugh, who ripped off all the tags? You ruined the resale value.
Flight 1000's destination, London.
Gonna pay a visit to the Drones Club.
And all other routine pre-flight activities were taking place. 1000 seemed to be just another flight to London, in all respects except that its passenger list was twice as large as on ordinary trips.
So we crammed the passengers 3 to a seat. When did the rest of the toys rescue Jessie? No, crap, we were zoomed in too far. Sorry about that. There, now the shot is worthwhile.
Flight 1000 was airborne, but no plane was used.
What?
This was the first of so-called airline paper flights.
There was no plane. The real plane was found 8,000 miles away in a life raft. Plane a go-go.
The reason? To prepare for the revolution in transportation that is now here. The advent of commercial flying by Jet Clipper.
Jet Clipper, played by Buddy
In those
Ebsen.
early days, weather information for Flight 1000 and all the other paper jet flights was gathered...
Oh crap, I forgot to hold on to the string. Bye, balloon.
Gaining invaluable advance information about jet travel.
Quick, look at the sky under this
It is
microscope.
now known that at the altitudes at which jets cruise, generally 30 to 40,000 feet, flying will be above the weather.
Ugh, look at those weird letters. Is this image AI?
For 1,000 and many hundreds of real flights with prototypes, the jet age is now here.
And when you're a jet all the age.
The jet age begins before takeoff at the airline's new terminal, now under construction at Idlewild Airport, New York.
And both that terminal and this airline will last forever.
Passengers will board by walking along a covered ramp directly to the cabin level.
We're looking at Marwin International Airport.
Transportation delivers travelers directly to check-in counters.
Maybe it's the airport on the island of Sodor.
Along with its unique cantilever roof, will assure speed of service and convenience for passengers.
And zoom out to see it all. No, you can't fit it all? Okay, zoom back in a bit. Hey, a cartoon character is mooning us.
This is it.
Make no mistake where you are.
The first American commercial jet capable of economical transatlantic service.
And the first capable of not exploding in midair.
First to go aboard, cargo and mail. Cargo shipments will be able to reach Europe in just 6.5 hours.
The cargo's hours aren't magic.
Posted in London or Paris, after the close of business,
We'll be lost in these piles of laundry.
and be waiting for the addressee at his breakfast table or office the next morning.
Alright, should be a smooth flight. I'm sitting between William Shatner and John Lithgow.
Speed is a byword for every part of jet operations.
Speed is the byword.
More than 150 passengers can be accommodated. There is an entrance at the back and the front.
Kinky.
while plane servicing facilities are on the far side. One indication of the staggering impact of jet travel, every one of the airline
Grown-up Lucy Van Pelt.
planes can carry as many people in a year's time as the biggest ocean liner.
I hope you don't mind if we step on your feet several times over getting to our seats.
Last item aboard, the purser's briefcase, containing log, manifest, and other necessary documents.
Until it gets mixed up with Ryan O'Neill's bag of rocks.
For the crew, ready to taxi to the runway now,
Alert Judd Hirsch.
an on-propeller-driven craft, and engines that are so much easier to handle and maintain. The magnificent new jet, with a wing spread that's bigger than the entire distance of the Wright brothers' first flight.
Oh, you're so hung up on length. Meanwhile, these folks see off the Titanic.
Take off, without any need for engine warm-up, with outside noise now reduced to no more than that of propeller-driven planes.
And inside noise courtesy of 8 screaming babies.
175 miles per hour or more. Much higher and faster than you've ever flown before.
First draft, Daft Punk. You can't say Pan Am without pan, because you're literally panning across the plane.
The first passenger jet clipper to fly the Atlantic. Because of its greater size and speed, it will do the job of several of the biggest propeller-driven planes.
This was a huge influence on the opening shot of Star Wars.
Welcome aboard. Welcome aboard the spacious cabin.
Spacious cabins, what a fantasy.
Air-conditioned but draft-free. Newly designed individual overhead light units are an innovation.
And the lights are slightly brighter than the screen of a Tiger Electronics game.
Luminous extends even to the powder rooms, which look like those in a private home.
Young Ethel Mertz prepares for her first date with Fred.
And a new sensation, complete absence of vibration.
I'm picking up new sensations. She's giving me no vibration.
Near sonic speed, but inside, one of the most stunning discoveries.
You could fit a conversation pit from a 70s swinger apartment on a plane back then?
Hardly any sound. A new concept in air transportation.
The concept of making flights comfortable. Enjoy it while it lasts. Howard Stark.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking.
Yes, I'm out of sync, but don't worry about it.
5,000 feet.
Wait, am I watching Crustaceans again? Where's Agatha?
Miles per hour. In addition, we're benefiting from a substantial tailwind by courtesy of the jet stream. Hence, our ground speed
Rachel Zegler and Brad Pitt are the passengers.
158 miles per hour. Indications are that our arrival at London...
Dad there looks real disappointed in the meal.
I'll be speaking with you again from time to time. Thank you.
I'm very lonely up here. I just want to talk sometimes.
This is the atmosphere on a jet clipper flight. Delicious food adds to the enjoyment.
And now for a rebuttal, here's every 80s stand-up.
Galleys, where dishes can be cooked in 5-minute ovens.
The plane's wearing clown makeup. Hi, my name is Debbie. I'm your flight attendant, and I'm inviting myself to be part of your family now.
Scenes of living room quiet and relaxation.
Okay, I don't believe they have the space or the patience for airplane chess.
Through all the variations to the dark blue of night.
Liev Schreiber is trying to read. What if the Zucker brothers had accidentally taped this instead of 0 Hour?
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain again.
Are you guys having fun playing chess? Can I play too?
Airport. The temperature there is 64 degrees and the weather is clear.
Clearer than the air in the plane after that cigarette smoke.
Watches to conform to the time difference. I suggest you do so now.
Sure would be a shame if something were to happen to your watches if you don't conform.
As will be in our landing pattern over London in the next few minutes. It was a pleasure to have you aboard our jet clipper. We hope to have you with us again soon. Thank you.
Nah, I'll just ride in the camera plane next time. Oh no, he's steering it wildly. Never mind, it's smooth now. No, the plane lands in Italy. You land in London.
New York to London. In the same time that it takes you to go and see a baseball doubleheader.
But without Dodger dogs.
London in 6.5 magic hours.
Title drop, take a flight.
It all goes so fast now, and it's so comfortable that you feel as if you hadn't traveled at all.
Wait, we haven't. We landed back where we started.
And no sleep lost.
Jet lag hasn't been invented yet. Marge Simpson. And the plane is under arrest for treason against the crown.
Called Trooping the Color, celebrating the Queen's birthday.
The Queen, Pan Am, Worldport Terminal, comfortable flights, nothing in this film still exists.
And you arrive not only with more time on hand, but also not travel fatigued. You can take in the scenes and events more fully.
Man, the Rockettes have gotten sloppy.
Leisurely pace. Only one of the remarkable gains made possible by jet flying.
Sure, this 1954 parade is fine, but does it have the 50 millionth General Motors car? Oh, we owe 'em. Oof, even the horse is cringing at that performance. Sorry about that, folks. We can go home and never go to London again.
New York to Paris, 7 hours.
Really? They're just down the Vegas Strip from each other.
Paris. Right away, you're in the swim of things.
Due to an emergency water landing.
Landed refreshed, and with extra hours to do what you want to do in.
Hey, can I get through? Can I get through? Never mind. Judge Doom is Inspector Clouseau.
Experiences like these, which used to be rare events for the few.
Got your line snagged on Phineas and Ferb's baguette boat.
For the millions.
Wait, we should have just taken the train from New York to Paris.
Already increased fivefold during the last 12 years, now undergoes its greatest change.
So take a flight to visit all the strip clubs. Yes, culturally appropriative costumes have never been so sexy.
Jet speeds will help to accomplish one of man's long-sought goals.
To get drunk and horny, apparently.
Change of peoples throughout the world. Transoceanic flights now become short hops.
Big deal, I can take an even shorter flight to Darwin, Minnesota to see the twine ball. Okay, Hendrix, start kissing. Give yourself credit, the film only felt like it was 3 or 4 hours long. Well, 6.5 hours is still longer than the complete series of Pan Am. Well, Pan Am turned out to be a bust, but I have good feelings about the future of Spirit. Well, that was 6.5 magic hours, and it certainly captured the majesty of flight. The comfort, the arm room, the delicious food, the cigarette smoke, exactly what flying is still like. I would like to thank my patrons not only for their continued financial support, but also for joining me on Patreon live streams to brainstorm jokes for this riff. If you would like to join the next Patreon live stream, even a $1 pledge gets you access. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm off to go fly Pan Am out of Idlewild's Terminal 3 in order to see the Queen's birthday. And until next time, this is Dave, signing off.